Allen Hughes, the director of Menace to Society, and he's doing the upcoming docu-series on FX. He has been doing interviews, I guess, to promote the series, and he did one, and he talked about how Tupac was not a street person like Snoop was, and that he was delusional in playing a character. Were you able to see this, and if so, did you have any thoughts about what he stated?
I told y'all 3 years ago when they got hired on to do this documentary. Mistake! Said, how in the hell they gonna put him in charge of a Tupac documentary? He tried to put, y'all don't know this, you little youngsters. That nigga him and his brother tried to put Tupac in jail. Tupac was on probation for assaulting and beating him up. Y'all listen to this interview that Spice One did with Bomb First on the live stream, where he detailed what happened.
Well, Spice One, John is the music head on this channel, and I'm the one that like all the bull crap and stuff. So I had asked you to talk about the Hughes brothers situation and stuff a little bit. And you kind of touched on it a little bit, but if any of those situations you can talk about, I appreciate this to keep our people that like the drama, the stories going along about Pac. If we could talk about those, I appreciate it as well. So whatever you can throw out there, we appreciate it. They just love exclusive stuff from somebody that they know was always around Pac. And they just love that. And so, any stories you got?
Well, man, if you talking about the Hughes brothers at the video, it's crazy because, I got love for the Hughes brothers and it's cool and everything. But, the way things went and how it seemed like, Pac was taking shit. Things.
Because it seemed like you pumped him on. It seemed like you the one pumped him up.
Yeah, I was twisted, man. I was on the plane. I had been drunk like 5, Hennessy, little shots of them little Hennessy things, Jack Daniels or whatever it was on that plane. And I landed. I was tipsy, and he told me, he showed me the newspaper, and it said, that he had got fired from the set of the movie, and he was like, man, why didn't they just call me and tell me?
Yeah.
He's like, it's all in the newspaper, and he's like, man, this is embarrassing. This ain't cool, He was pissed off, So, but he was like, I'm a whoop they,
Yeah.
And I'm like, you ain't gonna do nothing, man. You ain't gonna do that, because I was, I'm drunk, so I'm kind of like tipsy, and I'm like, man, you ain't gonna do nothing, man. You ain't gonna. He like, I'm gonna watch, just watch. And so I didn't know that they was gonna actually show up to the video. They had somebody else filming the video.
Okay.
And they just showed up to direct it or whatever. And I didn't know they was gonna show up. And I'm filming the video, and all I just look down the street and I see this guy covered with blood, and he's running up the street, and I'm like, what the hell's going on? You know what I'm saying? And I knew everybody that was down the bottom of that hill was all thug life, some outlaws, some of my guys from East Oakland, some of my cats from Compton, some of my cousins, some Mona Park Crip dudes, and some of my guys. That was who at the bottom of that hill. And I'm like, if anybody had a problem with them dudes down at the bottom of that hill, that's how they gonna look coming up the hill.
Yeah.
And that's how he looked.
Yeah.
And as soon as I seen it, I'm like, oh, so I get, I run up, because I didn't know who it was, so I was gonna knock the dude back down the hill, to tell you the truth. That was my plan. And I got close up on him, and I realized it was the Hughes brothers. It was Allen. And I was like, oh man, that's my guy right there. I was like, that's my homie, man. Like, Allen, what's up? And I just go up the hill, and I was like, man, I didn't know what happened.
Yeah.
And so ambulance came, took everything, and it was just unfortunate that they approached the situation like that and put the man all in the paper like that, I mean, I'd have been pissed off too, man. That's embarrassing to do, but it didn't stop his movie career or nothing. But at the same time,
Yeah. Well, they try to dirty Mac a little bit, but
yeah.
Okay. So y'all hear what Spice once said, told what happened? Does that seem like a nigga that Tupac would want in charge of his documentary? I'm glad QD3 is involved, because I know he's involved with it, and so he's all good. But to have that nigga involved after he tried to put Pac in jail, y'all wrong for that. Y'all wrong, and I hope Seth see this, and they bring that up in court to show that the estate of Tupac Shakur don't give a fuck about Tupac legacy or his family. To let that man be involved in his documentary, putting out what we gonna project or believe about him. When a guy telling you in interviews he feels this way, y'all can already tell how this series gonna go. Can already tell. Man, it is so wrong. I'm real disappointed. Y'all know I've been a fan of Tom Wally and said that a person like that should have been in charge of the estate. Not saying he did any wrong with stealing. I don't know anything about that. But for him to be fucking with people that he didn't like, was trying to put him in prison or jail, to go and do business with them and let them make money and build fame off of, is wrong. And he's telling us already how that documentary is going to go. He's one-sided. He don't like this man. Beat me up like Slice one told us in this interview that incident went down. Do me like that. I'm going to be biased too. Y'all got the groupie over there saying, because I use an example of if a nigga came at me, how I would react. That's how people do deep down. They hold feelings if that was true, if that happened. Yeah, that's Reggie. I'm telling y'all the truth about that. Y'all say Reggie, be calm down. Don't raise your blood pressure up. Why you yelling, Reggie? Because shit like that pisses me off, man. When niggas attack niggas that can't defend themselves. My boy Suge and Tupac. They can't defend themselves. So somebody got to do it. The outlaws elected not to do it for whatever reason. Respect that. I got my boy Mutal, is religious. Edie got kids by Seth and all of that, so I get that. Noble is quiet because Castro moved on with his life. Gaddafi no longer was with us. Yasmin's a mama. Those are the ones that could speak on this. Big Sykes no longer was with us. And so I understand why they don't go out and speak on stuff like they should. I give them a pass. Storm, she'll tear you up if you talk to her on the IG. My boy Wack Deuce, they'll tear you up. Nutso, they'll tear you up. My boy Gunzo, when he was there, they will tear you up. But they only got such a reach. We got the reach right now because of the little 30 to 50,000 views we get. And as long as I got a reach, I'm going to speak on the truth. I don't be lying on nobody like people say I do. All the stuff I say come to fruition or eventually come out. It comes out. It comes ahead. Reason why y'all call me alive because you don't know. They don't know or they pushing a different agenda. But that's why I feel Allen Hughes did that. I hate that the estate allowed, there was other people that could have did this documentary just as good. QD3 could have been in charge by himself. Fuqua could have been in charge and did it. The guys that did the BET, I can't think of his name right now. He did a good job on the Death Row one. You know, there's people out there. Mike Dorsey, you know, he might have been a little one-sided, so on the other side. So, but he's a good documentary guy. Put documentaries together. But having Allen Hughes do it, in my opinion, it's like having a Michael Carlin or a god dog on R.J. Bonds doing it. Because they don't like Tupac Shakur. They hate Tupac Shakur.